What's up, guys? This is Jay from COI. So today we learned that John Kerry is questioning Joe Biden's ability to win. Uh, John Kerry was overheard in a phone call saying Biden's going to blow it. And if you guys don't know, John Kerry is a surrogate for Joe Biden. So he is working with the campaign. He went on to say, if this keeps going, I'm going to have to jump in and go against both Bernie and Biden. Uh, Later on in that conversation, he said, but first I'm going to have to get a few million from the bank, which people he works with, he was named a chairman of the Bank of America. Uh, and the banks are highly against Bernie winning, so millions of dollars, they have no problem. And I think when he said a few million, he meant a few hundred million, by the way. But the banks definitely don't want Bernie to win because he wants to take money out of politics. He wants to restructure how we spend money. And for the banks and all these incredibly rich people, that's going to hurt their bottom line. And that kind of takes me into what the new attack is and what it's going to start to be again. We've seen it before, but it's how are we going to pay for it? We always hear that. Yeah, Medicare for all is great, and if we had a perfect world, we would do that. But how are we going to pay for it? It was a Republican talking point, and now it's turning into a Democratic talking point. Free education. Look, it seems great, but there's just no way we can pay for it. A UBI, oh, we can't pay for that. And it kind of sparked something in me. I recently purchased a book for a friend of mine. Her son wants to join the military, believes in war, and he's ready to go fight. And there's a book I read a few times. It's a real quick, nice read. It's called War is a Racket. And this book was written by a highly decorated general, um, Republican senator by the name of Smedley Butler. Served for about 33 years, I believe. Won medals for multiple wars. He's been all over the place. Um, but he's most noted for saying that in the 33 years and 4 months that he spent in active service, he realized that that was all basically racketeering. That it was to protect capitalist investments at the cost of human lives. I don't have the exact quote in front of me and I can't remember what it is, but it's an incredibly smart, interesting book that is fairly factual and a great read because it's like 35 pages. So if you're not interested in just, sitting there for hours being lectured to, you can get this one done in about 30 minutes. Um, and the thing I like about it the most is it goes to that point of how are we going to pay for it. It's very statistic orientated. And in that book, Smedley Butler highlights, and he was a hero of World War One, by the way. He highlights that prior to World War One, America was $1 billion in debt. After World War One, we were $53 billion in debt. $52 billion spent on World War One. Out of that, about $16 billion was just waste, and roughly 21,000 new millionaires and billionaires were created out of that waste. And it makes me think, why is it we're never worried about debt when it comes to war? When it comes to anything that can help the average person, then it's an issue. Oh, we got to worry about. What about the debt? Well, we got to be responsible. We, the debt is just going to kill us if we keep running away from it. By the way, we need a raise for military. And it's not just, hey, getting money to the troops. And I think that's what's really important about this book. And it makes it more tangible. Because, yeah, if we're going to get money to the troops, fair enough. They should get a pay raise. They should get better equipment, right? But as this book highlights, all of the pieces, all of the different industries that just rape the American government. Um, Many of them, like DuPont, you know, the paint company? Yeah. They went from about $3 million annually earning before World War One, and then in that time frame, about $35 million annually. And after the war, of course, it went back down. But they got that great treasure trove of money right there, and more millionaires were made. And that's just one company. There's a ton of them. Copper, steel, leatherworking, boot makers, you name it. And it's, well, okay, well, maybe they're using all of that. They're not. They're not. He mentioned in the book that each each member in his troop had one pair of boots. After the war, there was a surplus of 25,000 boots because they just ordered. They over ordered. There were wrenches. We spent like 50 some $1,000 on 12 wrenches. The problem is with these wrenches is they only went to one bolt, and that bolt was secured tightly at Niagara Falls. You see, when it comes to that kind of thing, we just throw money in. And the corporations and the government have been using us because where do you think that money comes from? That's our money. And they just found a way to filter it and to make themselves millionaires while they're also killing our children. But anyway, take a look at this book. You can find this book like free in most places. I got it from Amazon. I just got the hardback copy so I could give it to my son's or my my friend's son. I think I bought it for like $3. But you can really get it anywhere. It's a great book. It really it really makes things tangible. And yeah, the next time you hear, oh, we can't afford it, just think about that. Think about how much money we waste and how much debt we're willing to go into when we're talking about the rich getting richer. But we somehow become scarcely aware of that, terrified of that debt when it comes to free college, free healthcare, maybe a UBI, things that help people. Anyway, I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are. Let me know if you read that book. Let me know what you think about John Kerry and his betrayal of the Democratic Party. If there's anything you guys want me to cover or talk about, I definitely appreciate all and any insights. Tomorrow will be the big show with me and Tanya going over all the ongoings of last week. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Have a great evening, and I guess good job, the Chiefs. I don't know. I just hate the 49ers, so yeah, I'll go with that. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Take care.